Good Thursday morning from He Provides Homestead. So today I want to talk a little bit about what farming has done for my health. So as you farm, you're constantly busy. You're constantly doing something. You never run out of things to do. So on January 1st, I decided it was time to turn my life around and work on my health. And so I started to follow the keto diet and intermittently fast. And that worked for the winter, but then when springtime rolled around, we started our farm. And so I was able to be more active, get out and work more, do things. And from the middle of March until now, the end of June, I went from 230 pounds to 186. So that's what farming can do for you. A constant carry of feed, water, doing things for your animals, on top of pulling roots, gardening, things like that. I have lost around 50 pounds or something like that just from doing that with the keto diet. But a lot of people have asked me, how are you losing all this weight? And I just want to tell you that it's because I work my butt off. I never stop. All these animals here need constant attention. So that is constant work. I'm always on my feet. I try to make sure I'm constantly doing something to keep burning calories throughout the day. Calorie deficit is very important, and burning more calories than you're eating will cause you to lose weight. Along with the keto diet, you burn fat, and that helps you. If you have an insulin resistance, keto is really good for you, because if you're not burning all the sugar that you're eating, then it turns to fat, and then it's going to cause you to be overweight. So that was one of the problems I had, and since starting the keto diet and getting a lot more active, I have been able to lose 85 pounds now, and my first goal is 100, so I have 15 more pounds to lose until I get to my goal. I'm going to show you a couple things of what I do daily just to keep me active. So I start every morning by watering and feeding the rabbits because they drink the most water. So I want to make sure that they have all the water, and I've already done that this morning. So we're going to move over to the pigs. We've added some new friends to our pig pen. We got 4 new ducks, so my little baby duck has a friend now, and I'll show you guys those. These are our new buddies. So we have 3 brown ducks and 2 white ducks. And the pigs are very protective over the little buddies, aren't they? Yeah, they love their duckies. So I have to start by dumping out their pool here because they get it muddy every single day. So I'll dump that out and refill it, and then we'll get all the pen muddy for them so they can stay cool in the middle of the day. Who wants water? You guys want some water? So as it goes, pigs love mud, and pigs love to get their pool muddy. So we'll dump that out, give them some fresh water. No, you can't have the phone. No, you can't. What you doing, buddy? So now that they have their water, we're going to feed them. hungry? Hang on. Hang on, Pete. Oh, you're hungry. So I do have a trough, but I have not got it put in the pig pen yet. So at this time, I just pour it out, and they love to forage for their food. In the wild, that's how all pigs do. They forage for their food, and then I'll just take some and just throw it out to the ducks. Woo! Bon appetit. We feed our pigs corn. We do not feed our pigs any meat because we plan on butchering the pigs, and if you feed your pigs meat, it gives them a wild, gamey taste, and we don't want that. So we feed all of our animals corn and greens. It's really good for them, and they really don't, pigs can eat anything, but it's really not healthy for them to just be feeding them all of your scraps, things like that. They need a good nutritional diet. So we do corn and hay and all feed, which has all the nutrients that they need. So that pretty much covers that, feeding the pigs and the ducks. And now we're gonna go to our meat chickens. So our meat chickens have gotten quite a bit bigger from the last time I made a video. And we now know that we have one rooster who we call Rusty. And he's gonna be our stud for us to grow more meat chickens. And we have 2 hens that'll hopefully be laying within the next month. And then we'll be able to raise some diddles from them, Lord willing. This is Rusty, and that's Thelma. And Louise is over there under the rug. So we have this waterer here that allows us to fill up a whole gallon at one time. So it will last them through about most of the day. You know, sometimes if it's hotter, they'll drink a little more. Ow! Don't peck me. And this waterer is really neat because it's like a galvanized bucket. And you just fill it up like a regular bucket, but it doesn't come out. It's gravity fed. Hey, Rusty. Are you thirsty, buddy? Uh-huh. Watch out. Don't normally have to do this with one hand. Makes it a little difficult. The constant walking back and forth, carrying things, watering, feeding, burns a lot of calories. So normally if you're looking to lose the weight I've lost, you would do HIIT workouts, things like that, and you would burn typically the same amount of calories. I do have a Fitbit and it tracks all of the calories I burn, the steps I take. By the end of the day, it's usually around 20,000 steps and 2,500 calories and around 30 flights of stairs, because as you can see in the back here, we live on a complete hill, so it's a constant up and down workout. All right, guys, hungry? And we just drop it out, and they really enjoy scratching. This is scratch feed, so it helps them to keep their feet clean. It helps them to grow. And what it is it's just really finely ground up corn. And I usually feed 2 times at least a day, or 3, because I don't want them to overeat and fill their crops. So I feed them a little bit at a time. And when you're down here all day in the hot sun doing this 2 to 3 times a day, it's a workout. Now we normally feed our laying hens laying pellets, but the store was out of them. Thank you for wonderful shortages. So we're feeding our hens. Aha! You get back in there. Ah! I got runaways. They're hungry. We're feeding our hens today the scratch feed because that's what we had and it'll work. It's not the best though. You guys hungry? Yeah? So with this being scratch feed, they have a feeder too that we put their pellets in, but they just like to scratch this, so we just sling it out around the pen and they go at it. So that's the majority of the work that I have to do down here. I still have to water the laying hens here, and throughout the day I'll come back down here, water a couple times, keep the ground wet because the temperatures are around 85 degrees right now where we live. So that's a job, is keeping up with the watering and feeding. But in the long run it pays off. So we still have Tracker to feed and water, and Tracker's going to be put on a underground fence system today so he can patrol the rest of the property and he won't be so hot in the sun. We've been worried about him, so he's going to have that done today, this evening. And it's a constant job keeping these animals cool, keeping them comfortable, not to mention yourself, because when you're out here you are sweating, which means you are losing electrolytes, so you have to drink a lot of water. But throughout the day, this is the kind of things I do. I climb up and down these hills 30 times a day, and that's a workout on its own. But if you have been curious of how I've lost all this weight, this is one way that I do it. I also got up at 7:10 this morning and ran a mile. And then do it all again the next day. So I still have some things to do, but I was just gonna show you guys that. And after I get done out here, I'll go inside and feed our baby goat, and that's an every 4-hour thing for the next 3 weeks. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you have any questions about my program, my meal plans, the things I do, then just give me a holler. See, I've lost weight, but I'm still out of breath. This is a lot of work. Not to mention, I have this whole plot over here. You can't see it. That whole plot is garden. Up there behind the building is garden. And you're weeding that constantly. The constant pulling, tugging, that's a workout on your arms. So I got out after running a mile this morning and started pulling weeds. Then I started feeding animals. Now I'll go inside, fix breakfast for the kids, fast, and around 12:30 I'll have lunch. And that's a normal day for me up until lunch. After lunch, I'll come back out, re-water the animals, pull some more weeds, let the kids play outside. And then when Justin gets home, we usually work on building projects, weed eating. All these banks here, I weed eat and he mows everything. That's by choice because weed eating is a wonderful way to burn fat. So I've had so many questions about, do you go to the gym? Do you do this? Do you do that? No, I just work my butt off. And honestly, that's what I do. So it's worked for me. It can work for you. I'm not saying start a farm to lose 100 pounds. No, but I am saying that it will work it off of you. It has me and it can do it for you. And the benefits and payoff of having your own farm is amazing. So this is Alice from He Provides Homestead. Have a wonderful day, and always remember that He provides.